any year that has a Christopher Nolan film opening in it, that film will automatically be one of the most anticipated films of the year. And this year is certainly no different with his new film, Oppenheimer, which the previews, the features, the trailers have all been absolutely spectacular. A lot of people, great cast in this thing. Cillian Murphy goes from being a longtime supporting actor in Christopher Nolan films to now being the lead performer in this thing. And anticipation has been extremely high. They did a big presentation on it back at CinemaCon a few months ago in April. We were there. Christopher Nolan came out, gave this big kind of pitch on the whole thing. Well, now they have had a premiere of it in Paris, which means the social media reactions are coming out. And they are insanely good. Let's go over and read some of the reactions coming out of this premiere. Starting with Madam, who writes, Oppenheimer left me stunned. A character study on the grandest scale with a sublime central performance by Cillian Murphy, an epic historical drama, but with a distinctly Nolan sensibility, the tension, structure, sense of scale, startling sound design, remarkable visuals. Wow. Okay, off to a good start. Jonathan Dean writes, totally absorbed in Oppenheimer, a dense, talky, tense film, partly about the bomb, mostly about how doomed we are. Happy summer. Murphy is good, but the support essential. Damon, Downey Jr., and Ehrenreich even bring gags. An audacious, inventive, complex film to rattle its audience. Next up, we got Bilgi, who writes, Oppenheimer is incredible. The word that keeps coming to mind is fearsome. A relentlessly paced, insanely detailed, intricate historical drama that builds and builds and builds until Nolan brings the hammer down in the most astonishing, shattering way. Next up, we got Lindsay Barr, who writes, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is truly a spectacular achievement in its truthful, concise adaptation, inventive storytelling, and nuanced performances from Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., and Matt Damon, and the many, many others involved. Some just for a scene. And so we start going through all these things. You're starting to hear a pattern here. Stunning, spectacular, fearsome, exciting, magnificent, like all this kind of stuff. I talked to somebody, via text last night who had seen it, and they just said they think it might be their favorite Christopher Nolan film. Might be their... Now, in a world that we have all of Christopher Nolan films, that's a huge thing to say, but let's read one or two more. Jeremy Mathai writes, Oppenheimer is staggering in every sense of the word. Might sound nuts to say this about a Christopher Nolan movie that isn't Inception, Dunkirk, or even Tenet, but this could be his most formally daring work yet. Sharp script, impeccable sound design, and Cillian Murphy is a force. Our friend Eric Davis writes, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is fantastic, a big and bold with electrifying performances and an incredibly visceral pacing to it. It's both quietly intimate and also a ferocious movie-going experience at the same time. See it in IMAX 70mm. It'll be among your favorite watches of 2023. And it just keeps going on like that. Like, look, we've all heard some first reactions coming out of some good movies saying, this was really good. Oh man, it's fun and blah, blah. But we're hearing like next level kind of words coming out of these people who got to see it, like referencing it as like bold, daring, one of his best, exciting, fearsome, all this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you what, this all kind of lines up with what we've seen in the previews. I mean, what we've seen in the trailers look like it is it's not an action movie, but it looks exciting. It's not going to have chase scenes, but it looks thrilling. Like all that kind of stuff wrapped into one, and stuff like this has to be carried by the direction and by the performances. And obviously the direction's covered. You got Christopher Nolan in there, but it sounds like the performances really come through. And I'll tell you what, that opening weekend now, July 21st, of Oppenheimer and Barbie, and we also just recently heard incredible first reactions coming out of the Barbie first previews. Now we're hearing about this. Sounds like it could be the best movie weekend of the year, ladies and gentlemen. The best movie weekend of the year. We want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Birddogs. You know, as a guy, there's only two things that are important to me when it comes to fashion: looking good, and even more importantly, being comfortable. And that's where our sponsors, Birddogs, come to the rescue. Offering everything from pants like stretch khakis, joggers, and sweatpants, to shorts like gym shorts and swimsuits, and even great looking and comfortable polo shirts. shorts. Birddogs, like their stretch khaki shorts, are designed to fit slimmer through the thighs and legs, giving you a truly sculpted look. Birddog shorts fit way better than regular shorts that are made of a stiff, restricting cotton. You see, Birddogs fixed this issue by inventing cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki, but stretches so you get a way slimmer fit without having to sacrifice movement. And that's just one of the reasons that by wearing Birddogs, you're gonna look good and, more importantly, feel good. So guys, go to birddogs.com/Campea for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/Campea for a free Yeti-style tumbler. Use code Campea. You won't want to take your bird dogs off. We promise you. Guys, question is for you. How are you feeling about this? Have you been looking forward to Oppenheimer? Granted, it doesn't look like a big fun time at the movies, but it looks insanely good. Is this the type of movie that's up your alley? Maybe it's not. Do you already have your tickets to go see it? Maybe you're one of those people who've already bought your Barbie and Oppenheimer tickets. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Did you know that we have a daily podcast, hour long, every single day, Monday through Friday, that you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice? Just search for the John Campea Show podcast.